Minimalists.
I am a writer and often review and cover beauty products for various publications. I am constantly getting free products in the mail and at events. I love receiving them, but it's stuff I didn't realize I wanted in my life in the first place. Sometimes when things are free, I feel the urge to hold on to them or the appetite to acquire them even more. I try to give away stuff to friends, but sometimes with items like these, it's a sanitary concern to share something I've used. I hate to just throw them in the trash. Some of these items cost a lot of money, even if I didn't spend any of my own money on them. A lot of these things are just-in-case items. They occasionally give me value, but not always. Any thoughts?
So, Aaron, while we were listening to this, you looked up at your dad and you said...
I said, that sounds just like you, Dad.
Well, I want to talk about this because you're also in a unique position. You get a lot of stuff. People want to give you guys stuff. We've even been told that gift giving is a love language. I totally disagree with that, but I'll explain why I disagree with that. I think contribution is a love language. And sometimes the best way to contribute to someone is via some sort of physical thing. But often we think it's a shortcut, but there are no shortcuts. In fact, this doesn't even seem like a stuff problem to me. This seems like a commitment problem. So we're saying yes. If we say yes to everything, we say no to the most important things. And so by saying yes, I'll take that. You can give me the free thing. You can give me this. You can give me that. We keep saying yes to that. But then what are we actually saying no to? We're saying no to the calm or serenity of the lack of clutter. Now you work in a space. Your building is stunningly minimalist. It's aggressively minimalist, and I love it. I absolutely. I think what you have done is astonishing, and so how do you though deal with a lot of this? How do you say no to some of these things?
Well, the first thing I would say is, Claire, nothing is free. No one sends you anything for free. You're just paying it with a commodity you're not paying attention to. And if I could maybe just even use an example with, I don't know if you're allowed to name particular products, but like I've been really huge on Duolingo during the quarantine learning Portuguese. And I found myself after 150 straight days being addicted to not being able to break that streak. And so suddenly I'm doing something that's free and it's actually good for me and I'm learning Portuguese, but I realize, oh, wow, they tricked me. I'm addicted to their affirmation. That little alarm comes on. You have 150 days streak. Don't lose it. You're in there. And so what has happened this week is I had to stop myself, and it's so hard psychologically. And so I'm letting it expire so that I lose my streak, so that I'm in control of what I'm doing. And I think a lot of times what happens, you get free things, and you think they're free, but they're not. They're taking something from you. You just have to decide is what you're being offered worth what you have to give up for it.
Yeah. Aaron, you deal with getting free things from time to time, and it's enticing, right?
Not for me.
No.
I throw his free stuff away all the time. I don't throw it away. I give it to someone else.
He gets to it before me.
Now, to be clear, it's easy to get rid of other people's stuff.
It's easy to get rid. Yeah, I'm the guy. I buy the same T-shirt like
Okay.
again and again and again. We talk about this all the time. I'm constant. I learned this from you. I get rid of so much. My closet is a rack of clothing.
If you went to his place, you would be uncertain if anyone lived there.
Because it's so simple.
After how many years? A decade? You finally bought you bought a dresser.
I bought a dresser.
And it took him 10 years to decide to buy a piece of furniture.
Yeah, right. So I've had the same couch for the last 12 years. I've had, I bought a TV because we do a lot of television stuff. But yeah, no, I don't really like free stuff. To me is a burden. I'd rather something be worth buying. Because that for me is like actually a transaction that I take very deeply. Free for me is unwanted. Unless it's like time. Like I think time is a gift. Like the gift of time is huge for me. But that isn't, I don't have to throw it away later. So I
think what happens is we confuse our resources, right? We see money. We know that's a resource because you can hold it in your hand. You can hand it to someone else. I can't hand you my time. That's a precious resource. And there's no refund for time that is poorly spent. And I think the same is true with our attention, right? Our attention is probably our most precious resource because you can spend time together, but if there's no attention there, then the time isn't worth as much, right? And so I think what's happening here is we're saying, well, you know what? Claire, yeah, you're getting some free stuff. And we all have problems holding on to certain things. Sometimes it's stuff, sometimes it's toxic relationships, sometimes it's addictions. We hold on to a lot of things, and I think the first step to letting go is loosening your grip, and realizing you might have to set some boundaries up as well, because for me, my boundary is a pretty strict one. I don't accept any free stuff from corporations or whatever, just because we're the minimalists, and like it would be a strange thing if I'm like, that's why we start out each podcast with advertisements suck. Yeah. Because can you imagine us being on here talking about like, well, and this we're brought to you by this mattress or these penis pills or whatever it happens to be, and it's like, well, wait a minute, like doesn't that
it's
actually
interesting you connected the mattress with the pills? I'm sorry, just go ahead.
That's good. So, Claire, you did mention the just-in-case items. That's one of the rules we have. We have this rule called the just-in-case rule. It's one of 16 rules that we have in the Minimalist Rulebook. It's a free ebook that you can download, theminimalists.com/rulebook. Or if you want the audiobook version, that's now available for purchase. Ryan and I record the audiobook, but we did like 16 different mini podcasts with each different rule that we have. I think that'll help you out a lot.